Hello, Child here. He calls me his child. Dusty Rose. So, finished up Conflict of Visions and coming to the end of Basic Economics, like 4 more chapters, and then I'll be done with that. I have already picked out the next couple of titles, which will probably be my picks unless between now and finishing Basic Economics some other title completely blows me out of the water, which has happened before. And they are going to be Body Keeps the Score by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk and Ethnic America by Thomas Sowell. Now, since it's been a while since I've read each, I'm not going to be able to do a trailer video until afterwards, of course. But I can give a few impressions and a few warnings in this video. So let's talk about Body Keeps the Score first. This is a very good book with a lot of good information about trauma, though. There's going to be case studies. There's going to be disturbing children's drawings. There's going to be information that will require me to put some of these videos behind a restricted option. Basically, you must be over 18 to see some of these chapters. I will decide that on a chapter-by-chapter basis. So not all the chapters will be behind restricted walls, but enough of them will be that I need to say that. And I need to warn you, there's no lifeguard in the pool. Swim at your own risk. It's a very good book with very good information by one of the experts on trauma, but you need to understand what that means. We're going to talk about traumatic things in detail. You really need to assess yourself before listening to this book. So, the other book, Ethnic America by Thomas Sowell. Another Thomas Sowell book? Yes, another Thomas Sowell book. What exactly is the deal? Like, I'm aware that I tend to pick an author and say this book by them and this book by them and this book by them and this book by them. But the thing is, first of all, Thomas Sowell is my hero for explaining things clearly and simply enough that I can understand them. So, of course, I'm going to go this, and this. Second, it's really important to me to hold up books that kind of revolutionized something inside my brain and gave me really good basic information to work with. Thomas Sowell has several areas where he did that. I'm trying to make sure that I don't pick the same kind of book over and over, even if it's the same author. I don't always do that perfectly, but I'm working that out as I continue to add things to the list to read. Ethnic America was fascinating to me because it told me the stories of 8 different immigrant groups and kind of tracked them through time in America. 2 of the ones he mentioned apply to my ancestry, and that gave me some interesting information. And it gave me some puzzle pieces to work with about today's situations without delving into deep politics of right now. It gave me a bit of a past to work with. Again, not saying this is the definitive work, but it was an interesting work, and it wasn't a polemic. And the more I read nonfiction lately, the more I really appreciate pieces that are not polemics, that are giving me information without beating either me or somebody else over the head. So I'm not going to start on either of those books until I finish Basic Economics because I am working on self-control. I'm struggling a little bit with Out of the Fog because I like the content, but the more I read it out loud instead of like listening to it on Audible, the more I struggle with the formatting choices that were made in the book. And so good content could use some editing. That's basically my assessment. So I'm still mostly focusing on other projects that I have. I've set goals for this year that there are certain projects I would like to complete this year. So this is still not on the front burner. Not that this channel has ever been my main project, but there's still going to be like probably large spaces between uploads, and then you might get like lots of back-to-back uploads for 2 weeks and then like not hear from me for 2 months. That's just kind of going to be how it is still. Couple of things. Something that my husband has brought to my attention, which, to be fair, I have some issues with pronunciation. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. And sometimes I'm even aware of it and I'll apologize at the camera. But sometimes I'll just say a word and you all are probably cringing on the other side of it. Here's the deal. I was a big reader with not a huge amount of friends as a kid. What I'm trying to say is that words and names I often speak like someone who's never heard them spoken aloud and is trying to sound them out phonetically. And I'm gonna do my best, but I'm also not gonna stress over getting it completely correct. If that's what you want, then you do need to go over to Audible because they do a better job of it. Also, something else came to mind which I wanted to address. I mentioned before, I'm never going to monetize this channel. I don't feel that would be ethical because this isn't my work. I realized I never said anything about this, but okay, so I've been putting links to the books and related books, related reading in the descriptions. I just want to make it clear these are not affiliate links. I go to Amazon or bookshop.org. I'm not super thrilled with Amazon, which is why I try to throw some bookshop links in there, but I accept most people use Amazon. But I'm not set up as an affiliate with anybody. I'm just taking the link from the page as I find it and sticking it in there. So no smile links and no affiliate links. And I think that's it for now. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope it's going more gently for you. I know that sometimes the year starts off great and takes a sudden turn, and sometimes it's just a good year all the way through, and sometimes it just goes bad places, and I wish you all the strength and persistence to make it through this year, whatever kind of year it is. I'll just keep reading at you. That's what I got right now. Hope you have a gentle week. See you next time.